Close Raquel Dean Hollander, a survivor of sexual abuse by former USA Gymnastics Dr. Larry Nassar, shares thoughts before delivering her impact statement at Ingham County Circuit Court in Lansing, Michigan, on the final day of Nassar's sentencing hearing. Jenna Watson/Indy Star note: this story contains graphic descriptions of sexual abuse that may be offensive to some readers or painful to survivors of sexual assault. We think it is necessary to report this information as a warning and a reminder of what comprises sexual abuse. Former USA Gymnastics team Dr. Larry Nassar was sentenced Wednesday to 40 to 175 years in prison, after pleading guilty to sexual assault. But what did Larry Nassar actually do to his victims? Empowering. Some of the most powerful Larry Nassar victim testimony. His sentencing. Here is how long Larry Nassar could spend behind bars. Ripple effect. Impact. Indy Star investigation into USA Gymnastics and Larry Nassar. His specific crimes. Nassar, 54, was a doctor of osteopathic medicine and performed osteopathic manipulation, in which a doctor using his or her hands to move a patient's muscles and joints with techniques that include stretching, gentle pressure and resistance. For more than a year after being accused in criminal complaints of sexual abuse, Nassar maintained he was performing legitimate medical procedures. However, on November 22, Nassar pleaded guilty to 10 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct in connection with 7 victims in 2 Michigan counties, but one of the victims was abused during a medical appointment. The criminal complaint said all of Nassar's victims were sexually penetrated when he put his finger into their vaginas. Under Michigan law, a person is guilty of criminal sexual conduct in the first degree if he or she engages in sexual penetration with another person under several conditions, including when the victim is younger than 13 years of age or the victim is younger than 16 and the perpetrator is in a position of authority over the victim and used that authority to coerce the victim to submit. By pleading guilty to the charges, Nassar admitted that as a doctor, he was in a position of authority over his victims, and that he used that position to coerce them to submit to the penetration. All of the victims in the Michigan cases were under the age of 16 and 3 were younger than 13. Larry Nassar shown treating a patient in 2008. Photo: Becky Shink/Lansing State Journal. Lead prosecutor Angela Pavlidis also said during the sentencing phase of Nassar's trial that he penetrated his patients' anuses and vaginas with his bare hands. 7 women who contacted Indy Star about Nassar said the doctor penetrated them in the vagina with his finger, some occurring in hotels and training camps. 5 said they were underage at the time and that Nassar did not wear gloves. 3 also said that he touched their breasts. 3 of the women said the doctor was visibly aroused sexually during at least one treatment. On Wednesday, Nassar was sentenced to 40 to 175 years in prison for the 7 counts that occurred in Ingham County, Michigan. His sentencing in Michigan's Eaton County, where he pleaded guilty to 3 other charges, is scheduled to begin January 31. In a separate federal case, Nassar was sentenced in December 2017 to 60 years in federal prison, 20 years on each of 3 counts, on child pornography charges to which he's admitted. His career path. Nassar began working with gymnasts in the late 1970s as a student athletic trainer. He was a revered figure in sports medicine, who graduated from the University of Michigan in 1985 with a degree in kinesiology. He joined USA Gymnastics national team's medical staff in 1986 as an athletic trainer. In 1993, Nassar received an osteopathic medical degree from Michigan State University. 3 years later, he was appointed the National Medical Coordinator for USA Gymnastics. He became a team physician and assistant professor at MSU in 1997. MSU fired Nassar in September 2016 from his position as an associate professor in the College of Osteopathic Medicine. USA Gymnastics has said that it cut ties with Nassar in the summer of 2015, but he disputed that, saying he left voluntarily. Download the Indy Star mobile app. Indy Star reporters Marissa Kwiatkowski, Tim Evans and Mark Alicia contributed to this story. Call Indy Star digital producer Dwight Adams at 317-444-6532. Follow him on Twitter, @DwightAdams. Related stories: what the prosecutor said, 7 lessons we learned from Larry Nassar's sentencing. Indy Star interview: Larry Nassar was at times arrogant or nervous. During only interview on sex abuse. Raquel Dean Hollander's brave journey: she was the lone voice for Army at Larry Nassar's sentencing. Out of balance, and Indy Star investigation into USA Gymnastics. Read or share this story. http://indy.street/2dj1